millions of views every single month. And it's people that are interested in watching what's going on in the government. How I always say in the beginning of my videos, if you've seen it, you know, I'm here to peacefully exercise my rights to ensure that and to find out whether the government's going to recognize those rights and treat us with respect. Because a lot of times it's not only about, you know, recognizing our rights and upholding your oath, it's about treating people with respect. You know, you go to a DMV office and you get treated so disgustingly and they don't want to help you, but you go to Walmart, right? Or you go to a private business and it's like, oh, you know, hey sir, can I help you find anything? Can I help you with anything? Like the government.
DMV's gotten a lot better.
Right.
In the last 10 years.
Right.
I know exactly
But I think the world knows what I'm talking about. We've all dealt with, you know, the DMV and, you know, what they do and how they operate. But again, just have some pride. You know, when I call people public servants, you know, there are some out there, some of the brainwashed sheep out there who be like, oh, how dare you call them your servants? And public servant is not a derogatory term. It is an honorable job to have. You are serving the public. You are doing something that for the greater public good. At least that's what you're supposed to be doing. And I respect all public servants. I have family members that are public servants, and they say, I have no problem being called a public servant. That's what I am. I mean, you know, I'm here to serve the public. Right, exactly. It's all about perspective. It's all about perspective.
I agree. Just, go where you're allowed to go.
Right.
I mean, and you should not be, you know, I think what happens is, and I've seen this happen, I don't know if it was your channel or other people's channels, where I think somebody was videotaping a police station, and somebody got into it with him, but the guy's supervisor came out and said, go back in service, he's free to video the police.
Right. I don't know if there's probably a bunch of times that happens, but that actually happened to me one time. I was approached by 2 officers in a parking lot. It was in Newburgh, New York. And I was in the police parking lot, not in a restricted area, but 2 guys came out that said, you can't be here. Very aggressive, very rude. I was like, do you give me your ID? And I said, do you have reasonable articulable suspicion I've committed a crime? And he's like, what is that? I don't know what that is. And I was like, you don't know what reasonable articulable suspicion is? And he was like, no, we don't use that here. I'm like, I'm sure you do. And then you're right. The sergeant came out and he was like, you know what? You guys are good to go. And he dismissed his officers and he was like, you guys, you know, because they were going back and forth with me. And they need training. And that's why, you know, I've had the opportunity, as you've seen, I've had the opportunity to do trainings with police departments, which, you know, a First Amendment auditor working directly with the police to help promote transparency and the First Amendment, you know, that's never been done before. So I was very proud to be, you know, a part of that because, you know, at the end of the day, police aren't going anywhere. You know, we need law and order in our country, right? We need law and order. So it's just, let's do it in a better way where people rights are respected, de-escalate situation. One of my good friends, he's a detective in Illinois, Matt Thornton. He actually has, you know, social media pages and stuff like that where he calls out, you know, bad police behavior. And he told me, you know, I went to a training and they said list the top 5 things it takes to be a police officer. And his number 1, he put compassion. And the instructor laughed at him, like brought him in front of the class and laughed at him and ridiculed him for saying compassion. And that's the mentality. It's like that's the mentality that I'm trying to help fix. Like, hey, you know, he was right.